teams, well, as expected in terms of Great Britain's lineup. So all of them making debuts for Great Britain, of course, with the exception of James Graham, who wears the captain's badge and wins his 50th cap here tonight. James Graham, only the 4th British player to do that, the 8th in the world. He's the only one who's played for Great Britain before. The 2 international debutants, Jackson Hastings, who wears the number 7 shirt, and Josh Jones on the bench tonight. At the start of the game, there's been some changes in the Tongan side. Ata Hingano pulling out very late, the scrum half, with a shoulder injury. So it's very much the untried Intesi New who replaces him. He's only 18 years of age. He'll wear the number 20 shirt tonight, Will New. He's with the Brisbane Broncos. He's not made an NRL debut so far because they have a rule in the NRL that you have to be 18 to play. He only turned 18 in August. But the inside word is that he's going to be a big star in this next season and beyond. The British players with a last word before they get going. James Graham talking very modestly in the build-up about his 50th cap. It's not about him, it's about the team. The golden cap that he'll get on his retirement will be relished in retirement, but not thought much about here tonight. So Chris Kendall setting the scene with the first shot. Blast of the whistle, Tui Lolohea sends it high in the air, and straight away a mistake by Tonga. The ball goes out on the full, so a penalty for Great Britain back on the halfway line.
Well, that takes the pin out of the bubble, pressure bubble, doesn't it? Because you saw all the pre-match antics. I really get confused sometimes. The team in the white shirts have a lot of passion as well and have to stand and take the sippy towel, rightly so as well. And I think the best result they could have got at the start of this game was a penalty the other way. To pin right out of the bubble, right out of the Tongan bubble.
So it's going to be Widdop to try and find touch, which he does, and the tech restart for Great Britain is just 40 metres away from that Tongan line. Whitehead, the first man to take it in. Here's Hodgson, one of the Canberra triumvirate in that Great British pack. Hill's going to be held up. There's a physical challenge for you. 3 of them wrapping round and pulling him back. Hodgson now. Whitehead down this left-hand side. Hodgson in at dummy half. Little jink to his left and then goes right and offloads. And the captain, Graham, hurtling it forward again. Still got a couple of tackles left here in this set. Hodgson, now Hill. Back to Widdop, offers it back on the inside again. Bateman with that familiar angle of run. And a last tackle, 10 away. Spun out to this left-hand side. Hastings now to Whitehead, and Whitehead just trying to push his way over, and Great Britain, to a certain extent, content with handing over the ball right there, very close to that Tongan line.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you be? Heavy involvement there from Elliot Whitehead in that first set. 3 carries to my mind. Let's see some line speed here now from the Great Britain lines. They'll get forward, they'll remind this Tongan team that they've got some physicality as well.
I was going to say, there was nothing short in commitment in that last tackle, nor that, as Tonga look to wrestle their way out of their own territory here. It's a fight amongst the big fellas at the start, no doubt. Little dummy shown as Mavili takes it out of dummy half and gets the pass away as well. And they're keeping it alive. Vanua Blake involved there, the number 15. He starts tonight ahead of Fafita, who is on the bench. Andrew Fafita. Kakaheu, the man from the Sydney Roosters, inside the 40, but they're up to the final tackle here. Lolohea with a kick. Hill tries to close him down. Hall's underneath it. He claims it safely enough, but he's mob tackled as he does so.
Well, a little snapshot of what the Tongans are about there in that their first set with the ball. A couple of offloads in their set of 6, and that will be a challenge for this Lions team in relation to second phase defence. We've seen a lot of preparation through the week from the line in relation to big, strong ball carriers, but they've also got this ability to offload and create second phase football.
Well, it ain't full here tonight, but it's certainly noisy. The Tongan fans are loving every tackle at the moment as James Graham is bashed to the ground just outside the 30, and then
Give me that.
Tomalolo is penalised, and the penalty goes Great Britain's way.
Another relieving penalty for this Great Britain team. Tomalolo hanging on too long to James Graham, I think it was, and some more field position for this GB team.
On the line.
Well, if you hark back to that semi-final a couple of years ago, what people do forget is that England, as it was on that night, were fairly dominant for 60 or 70 minutes. It was only that last 10 minutes when Tonga came steaming right back at them and very nearly caught them cold and ended their World Cup dreams. Thompson up to his feet, and Hodgson to his left-hand side. Whitehead with a stoop to catch and threatening the line. Dragged down 5 away, quickly out of dummy half by Gildart, who's snooping for the line, held up just short. Hall again. Whitehead back on the inside. It's a longer pass to Hodgson, who has to run away from the attempted tackle of Tomalolo. Hastings helps it away to Widdop. Widdop with a little clever kick towards the line. McGilvraith's after it. The ball bounces awkwardly. And the referee...
I think he's called a knock-on for Great Britain.
No, it's a handover. No, you're right. It is a knock-on against Great Britain, and it's head and feed for Tonga.
Great kick from Widdop. Attacking kick.
Yeah, Jerry McGilvraith just got a hand on that, didn't he? Interesting to see. We saw Zach Hardaker there as well. Interesting to see how he goes in the centres tonight. He's rated himself as an 8 out of 10 at Wigan this year, but at full back, he covers a position in which Great Britain are curiously light at the moment.
Well, he's got the size, he's got some physicality as Zach Hardaker. Really sweet. He's against Hurrell, isn't he, on that side?
Move, James!
Good luck with that one then.
Wait, go on.
Driven in by Murat Masela. Familiar face to British Rugby League fans.
Go to.
Again, the bash is on here. Taken in by from Noah Blake, and it's a penalty this time for Tonga.
Yeah, it was a penalty. He went in late. It's called Thompson for the penalty in relation to the flop jumping on it. And for Noah Blake, that early on, 20, 25 minutes, you've got to take some juice out of the guys in the red jumpers. They'll keep playing physically in the middle, offloading, testing the middles of this Great Britain team.
So touch found. Then we're going to hear the first hymn of the evening sung by all the Tongan fans inside the stadium. Hurrell with a tap and go. Taking his side to within 30. Havili goes to that left-hand side. Here's a real menace in the shape of Tomalolo. Havili in a dummy half. They're numbered up on that left-hand side, but back towards the middle again. Great Britain having to stand firm at the moment. Havili comes right. Tomalolo's there. Blasts it in, but can't offload. There's still a couple of tackles in this set to go. Havili again and short. They're just looking for the battering ram approach here to try and get themselves over the line. Last play. Havili spinning it back. Lollahea. He's going on a little search for glory himself. The kick to the in goal needs dealing with, and is. And Widdop just steers it to relative safety.
Had no other choice really. Nice touch on his kick there from Lollahea. After, as you say, some battering ram approaches by the Tongan. Here's Tomalolo, look at him go. Beats 1, beats 2, beats 3. Well, you've got to get there in numbers, and here's the kick from Lollahea. Had to be dealt with. Widdop deals with it well. 6 more plays for this team in red.
Well, there's an injury concern here for Whitehead, which is just slowing things up a little. Be treated with some gratitude, no doubt, by the Great Britain players standing behind the sticks, readying themselves for another assault in red.
Still behind.
7.5 minutes play. Scoreless at the moment.
The noise is crazy out there. The energy from this Tongan team must be real high. Big test for this Lions team.
Takahea takes it in. Havili at dummy half. Shifts it to this right-hand side where Fanoa Blake goes on another rampaging charge. Great Britain trying to slow them down and hold them up. Right it comes. Lollahea helping it on its way. Murdoch Masilla, 15 away. Havili. Tomalolo with a short, soft pass. Tokuhea is going to be held up, but right in front of the sticks. 10 metres out. Havili again. Tomalolo getting through some real work in these early stages, and he's a handful. 3 of them holding him up. And again, they find themselves within a metre or so on the last play. Lollahea has to be sharp and clever. Again, the kick through, not the effect this time, and Widdop can run it to relative safety.
Well done, Gareth Widdop. Took it in behind the line, expecting that kick from Lollahea. Constant pressure from the Tongans, and they're going to have to rock themselves and hold their nerve and keep their patience.
Well, they've gone through 2 tackles here of Great Britain, and they're still trying to get outside the 10. Make that tackle number 3, Ryan Hall, putting his bulky effort into it. McGilvray. This is why these 2 wingers have been chosen for this physical battle. Now it's quickly moved left. Whitehead, Lachlan Coots involved. There was a hand there, and it's pushed out of play by Fussy Tua.
Well, they shifted the ball. They recognise, they've got this mentality, recognising when the Tongans are on top in the middle, they come in with their physical game, then they shift to the left. Little run-around play. Tongan, I think it's Lollahea that bats the ball out in relation to Coots' pass there. No, it's not Lollahea. Tua. Yep, you're right, Ryan. He's got his hands up there saying he's touched it, and he did. 6 more plays.
Let's go, pat down.
There's a plastic out again here.
Pat down. Head in, Conrad. Head in. 4-foot rowers. Pat down. Let's go. Head in. Ball in.
Feed.
Out. Play on.
From Hastings. Carey sees Great Britain towards
Jason
that
Square.
40-metre line.
Wait. Go. Well done,
Baker up to play. McGilvray again with a smash down the middle and quickly to his feet as well.
Luis Manu. Go to.
Hodgson. Hill. There's going to be some bruised bodies tomorrow.
Third. Move, Siwa.
Some bruised bodies now.
Wait, go through.
They're not missing each other.
Good listening.
Hodgson to Hastings, and Kirk chiming in for a full-back. And a big roar again from this crowd when he's put on his backside with a mighty effort from Conrad Hurrell. Graham. Thompson slipping as he goes.
Well, if they didn't realise they're in for a physical battle tonight, they certainly do now after 10 minutes.
Back it comes, and Widdop with a little chip over the top. Coots going chasing after that, but he's nowhere near it. And it's Tessie New, who seems to have started this game in the full-back position.
Well done, Chris. Good listening.
Just putting him out of a little bit of the danger, aren't they, the 18-year-old?
Well, certainly taking him out of the line. And
Carry by Tupper.
Just wait. Wait, go free.
Lollahea helping it on its way to Jennings.
Move, Chris.
The man from Parramatta. It's another gallop forward again. By Tokuhea. Here's Havili. This is the last. So Lollahea with a little speculative grubber kick through. His teammate Hastings was trying to stop him in his tracks, and in the end, that's not a bad result. It puts Great Britain back on the 10-metre line with a head and feet at the scrum.
the Lions were trying to put Lollahea under pressure. You've got to remember he's got a good right foot step, Lollahea, so if you go hard and you go quickly, he's likely to beat you on that first one. Here's the effort from Coote when he went around the back, and it's the tackle and hurl on Coote, perfectly legal, and welcome to Hamilton. And there's the kick from Lollahea in relation to, gets another result on the back of that, but I think that's a tactic that Great Britain are going to have to use in relation to slowing Lollahea down, in particular in relation to his kicking.
Christian Wolff, interestingly, was talking yesterday, wasn't he, about the difference he's seen in Tui Lollahea, the mid-season test, and when he was at Leeds and out of form, and he sent a real drain of confidence, but since he's been back and involved with the Tongans, having had that wonderful back end of the season with Salford, He said he's an altogether different player, offers a real threat now for his side.
Well, his confidence will be high. Clearly getting to the grand final with Salford and finding himself.
Wolves is on the field with only 12 minutes play. Hodgson's kicking out of dummy half from behind the 40-metre mark. It's going to be tracked down by Tessie New, the 18-year-old, who runs it back and finds a very decent British line.
I think that's a smart play from Hodgson. I think you've got to turn these big Tongans around, let them get them on the roundabout, if you like, so they've got to retract their steps. We've still got forwards walking back there by the time it's play 3. And if they can win that energy battle with smart tactics like that, I think it's a good result.
This is a bit of a diversion for the Tongans from their Oceanic Cup tournament that they're involved in. They lost to New Zealand in mid-season. They play Australia next week. It's part of a triple header that we've got at Eden Park, and boy, we're looking forward to that. Great Britain against New Zealand, Tonga against Australia, and we've also got Fiji against Samoa, so that's going to be an emotional occasion down in Auckland. Quick play. Kick that sees Hall in pursuit. And when he turns, you'll see there's a wall of red players waiting for him, including the big-shouldered Murdoch Masella, who again has landed.
Well, Ryan Hall's not a small bloke, and neither is Jermaine McGilvray. As you quite rightly say, they're in this team for the physical prowess and the impact and the ability to find in the front, and he found a quick play of the ball there, which helps the next carry.
Now Hastings, and Graham will go rumbling forward again, looking for his knees as quickly as he can. Hodgson again desperately looking for a 40-20. It's the second time in consecutive sets, but again it's Tessie New who picks it up. He looks just about the most breakable player on the field, doesn't he, Tessie New? Tour. Lollaher looking left. See Hopoate in the line early and getting that pass away. Now moving with a little bit of swiftness here. Hopoate again with the inside ball for Jennings. Great Britain are tracking back and having to do quickly because Tonga now are coming at them with some pace, but that's a poor pass. Herald will pick it up. And on the last tackle again, they've lost momentum here, Tonga, so Lollaher puts it high. And Kurt, oh my word, Kurt caught it, and then Jennings caught him.
I'll get used to that.
Oh, and another one as well. They're just trying to knock Great Britain senseless at the moment.
They're hanging in there, Great Britain. I don't mean that disrespectfully. They're still carrying the ball. We need to get used to this. It will subside. What we forget about the Tongans is, well, they're extremely skillful as well, so can play.
Well, there's McGilvray, has found a bit of space down the middle. But there's no lack of meaning from this side in red. Walmsley taking it in, 40 metres out when they reach the end of the set. So the last play. It's a tester here for the youngster. Very close to the sticks, but he's come up well, and he's found a bit of space with those quick feet of his, and he's finding way to get down the field as well.
And that's the danger if you have a fractured line on your chase, or you've got the speed of New out the back here. And here they see, he's too poor, he can run.
Well, he's looking for the outside of McGilvray. McGilvray's got back there, and with a little help from teammates, they managed to pull him down, but Tonga now are rolling forward, and it's going to be a penalty that they're given as Britain panic a little in defence.
If there is such a thing as a smart penalty in that situation, the GB line was bedraggled in relation to being broken. Tupou's gone down the outside, a bit of a leg pull, and at least the line will be structured here and ordered. You have to say at this moment in time, what's this carry from New with great feet, and he's gone. He gets round James Graham. There's no extra chase on the outside there, which gets him into the backfield. Believable tackle from Hodgson. Great play.
Momentum continued, and it results in a penalty. Just jumped out of play by Hopoate. So they start a set here, the Tonga, just about 20 metres away from where they want to be. Mayo to his feet. I doubt Hull fans will be looking at him with interest because he's on his way to East Yorkshire next year. Still 4 plays to go. Havili goes to Lolohea, who drops it back on the inside for Herald. They need some muscularity to stop him, and they need it in numbers. Here's Havili again. Tongan fans find their voice at an even higher pitch as Tokaheya takes it close. Havili at dummy half will try and dash over, but I think it's James Graham who had that spotted. And he's held up, and they'll have to go back 10.
There'll be tackle 5 out there, leaving James 2 markers on the 10. I'll tell you when. Wait for the
strong boys in Havili. Oh, they're all strong boys.
Let's tackle, let's go.
So Lolohea at dummy half. Tomalolo just put his head down and went. Hanging around his ankles and hanging around his chest.
He's done that. He understands the nature of this last play. He's going to ask his team to get together now and create some energy, as we've seen defensively. Chris Hill's got a bit of a knock here.
He's one of those who's had a bit of time off, Chris Hill, between the end of the domestic season and this international outing here tonight. He was saying about how it was necessary from a mental point of view, or at least welcome from a mental point of view, but a little bit of a loss of gas in situations like this if you've not played for a few weeks.
Here's Tomalolo taking the line on himself. That's 2 of the biggest blokes, in Chris Hill and James Graham.
Okay, let's go.
You don't want to clash your heads with James Graham.
Move, bang! Back we come. Wait, go.
Hudson.
Well done, Tiwa.
Wormsley running wide.
He's made a difference, Alex Wormsley, though.
Hold, go, 2.
Taken on by Gildart.
Move, Satile! Hold! Go,
Hudson.
3.
Graham. Start fronting up that physical challenge, but a couple of mountains that just happen to have shoulders crunching in on him, stopping him in his tracks. Now it's wide with Bateman. The NRL second rower of the year, John Bateman, of course, in an impressive first season at Canberra. That's a high one, and it's safely pouched again by New. And Tonga have to start from there.
Well, that's a better line chase. Hang on.
They got a penalty. They got a penalty.
Well, I'm just about to compliment the Lions in relation to their line chase and restricting the metres of New, particularly at full-back. Someone was saying, yeah. Ball steal.
Well, it looked like the ball dropped, didn't it? But it's given as a ball steal.
And here comes Andrew Fafita to add to the mix. From the bench for Tonga. Big crowd favourite here.
So the tap restart for the Tongans is just short of the halfway line. We've had plenty of crunch, but we're yet to see points. For Noah Blake, carrying a couple with him as he gains those extra yards. Havili has been showing that hooking role with Hodgson at Canberra all year. And a first effort from Fafita. Another prop to his feet. Havili goes left again. Tomalolo rampaging. Oh, is looking hungry to break that line. Havili goes dashing out again. Now they'll have an opportunity, or the ball is kicked, and it's given McGilvray the chance to dive on it.
Leave him.
But as you said, Brian, they had a bit of space on that left-hand side.
Well, he created the kicking opportunity as well, so created some space. They've rolled the ball through, 6 more plays. At this moment in time, it's a tough kick for this Lions team. They're having to ruck the ball out of their own half, trying to find a bit of relief, give the penalty away, so they find themselves at the wrong end of the field. And McGilvray doing completely the right thing there.
There's a bit of treatment going on underneath the sticks. Next Wormsley. I think his calves stretch, but he's okay now. And again, it eats up a few more seconds. We've not got the shot clock here tonight. Fafita. 35 away, 5 tackles to go. Opportunities knocking here for Tonga at the moment. Havili. Oh, it's looked a little forward, but they're allowed to get away with it.
A lot forward.
Havili. Tomalolo helps it on his way. Lola with a pass wide to Murdoch Masilla, who's wrapped up very quickly and pushed around by those 4 defenders. But look how close they are. Havili again. Lola Hare. Tomalolo hit hard and quickly by Walmsley. Last play. Havili. Back to Hopewati, and it's spilled in the act of creation there from Tonga's point of view. And it will be Great Britain who get the ball back.
You've got to take your hat off to this Lions defence. It's been outstanding, because they've had every kind of challenge. Physical, skillful, the kicking game they've handled. Brilliant, you have to say, on that part of the game.
Searching for a little purchase in that Tonga defensive line. Hastings. Not seen an awful lot from the British back so far, but that's been the kind of game it's been. Hastings now trying to inject himself into the game. Whitehead's pass, ambitious to Hall, who's fumbled. And rather cheaply, Great Britain are going to hand the ball back again here.
Well, that's a couple of things. They're in a tough fight, a really tough fight here, the Lions, and what they can't afford to do is give cheap ball away. So we saw a penalty at the other end. We saw a kick chase that wasn't quite there. Some little things that they're trying to get together. Here's Hastings at the line with Whitehead, and every other day of the week you get them down the line. Not this time. Another set of 6 for the Lions to defend in their own half, particularly.
They played a couple of games in Hamilton, didn't they, in the World Cup, Tonga? It's this stadium where their reputation began to grow. New Zealand amongst their scouts, I think that's the first time everybody sat up and thought, wow, what's going on here? That Tongan revolution led by Jason Tomalolo.
Move, James, with me. Wait, go on.
Severely. Neil Blake.
2. Move, square. Hold here. Go 2. That's good.
Another Hare pops it back on the inside for Murdoch Masilla.
Jackson, just wait.
Current Salford man to a former Salford man. Lola Hare. And across came Mo.
James all the way. Go for
Havili. Tomalolo. All those distinctive white sleeves of his with the undershirt underneath the red of the Tonga national shirt. Havili. Lola Hare with a kick, hanging kick. This is interesting. Hall's underneath it, beaten in the air. The ball's gone to ground, and as Harold picks it up, there's a blast from the referee to say it was knocked on. And Great Britain survive here, but there's a few with hands on hips.
Why wouldn't there be?
Okay.
Such a good lead. I mean, he got such a challenge on his hands there, Ryan Hall. He can't get it in, and clearly knocks it on, and Hurrell doesn't even collect it anyway.
So they're off again, Great Britain, with their backs. And they lift a bit of the pressure from the big forwards who've had so much work so far tonight.
Move, Andrew. Ben, keep coming. Wait, go
up, Hodgson running. Widdop for Bateman. Bateman with the offload. Now it's with Walmsley. Walmsley looking for the pocket of least resistance and not finding it.
He's made a difference to Walmsley. I think he's added that element of physicality.
Graham back to Hastings. Hastings with it over to the left-hand side of the running game in evidence here, and it's close, mate. They're close mates as Salford all were, and they're just as close on the international field here tonight. Lola Hare getting in there. Gildar does well to get it away in the end. Whitehead back on the inside. Hastings with a little kick through. I think the ball's bounced backwards, but it is going to be claimed by Tonga nonetheless.
Yeah, big Tom Burgess tried to collect the ball in and flick it out the back. Didn't quite come off. Big defensive set this for the Lions.
Wait, go on, who's up?
Tipu plays, and Tonga Some hard labour again. There's the offload, and behind is New to catch and offer a threat with that footwork of his. He has been playing above his age level at Queensland this last year, a state of origin player both at the under-18s and the under-20s, Tessie New. Learning his trade with South's Logan in preparation for what is going to be a big NRL career. Havili, Lolohea stepping and searching and very nearly giving the ball away. Bateman.
He was going back against the grain there, Dave, and he caught Alex Walmsley having a breather, and you can't take a play off at this level.
But it's the last. And it's not a bad position that Great Britain forced Tonga to kick that ball from, so Hall will have a bit of space between his back and the British line when eventually he goes down.
I think that's the best result in relation to field position, and McGilvery and Hall starting a set for this Lions team. Great carry from Jermaine McGilvery into the Tongan half.
He does a great job for Wayne Bennett, doesn't he, Jermaine McGilvery? He turns up time and again, whether the shirt is of English colour or Great Britain. Now Bateman searching across and looking for something here. Dragged down by Murdoch-Masila. Off goes Hodgson. Hastings again. Just a sense here that Great Britain are beginning to find the front foot as Burgess goes down. 5 away, 6 tackles, so they're going to try the physical route through Josh Jones, who's very, very close.
Turnover on the 10, boys.
It's not a bad place to start your set. Just sense that the engine, the octane burner of the Tongan team's gone down a little bit here, and the Lions, the more steady petrol users, are coming more and more into the game. They started the set in a better position there. They certainly finished the set the right part. I think it's important they invest in a really clean set here in relation to their defensive manner.
Will Hapawati here is getting the treatment. This will be a concern for the Tongan bench. Bulldogs Player of the Year this year. And here's the run from McGilvery. And when he burst onto that World Cup scene, the Australians were amazed by what he did, and he's turning it on again a little bit here tonight.
Well, sometimes it's about the shirt. And the season this year, probably by his own standards, hasn't been where he wants it to be, but this shirt gives you the opportunity to be what you know you are.
Katoa is on the field, the hooker from Penrith, who wears the number 14 shirt here. Asiata, he's got the capabilities of playing in the front row and in the halves. John Asiata, so that's a utility worth having. Tokaheo put down. Again they're on the last here. Again they're going to have to give up the ball. Not quite where they want to be, but the kick is causing some consternation for Great Britain, and is swooped upon, and here's Lolohea heading for glory, gets the pass away, and now it's a sprint for Jennings, who's going to score the game's opening try. It wasn't the best laid plan, but sometimes if you've got luck on your side, it doesn't matter.
Jared, it is 0 tackle.
We're going for the video replay.
Yep. Just check players are on.
Jared Maxwell is going to have to make a decision here. But on the field try.
We have a first kick. Can we just sign off on the left side kick chase from that, please, mate? If we could freeze it on the boot. Thank you, mate. Freeze it on the boot for me, please. Okay, take that back, mate. I don't care. Freeze it on that boot for us. Thanks, mate. Thank you, mate. He's onside. Go through. Stay in this angle for us, mate. Backwards off Great Britain. Play on, mate. We're all good to this, Matt. We're going to go to grounding now, mate, please. It's looking good here, fellas. Thank you, mate. Okay, Chris, you've got a try. Got a decision. Go to the screen. On try.
Well, his hunch on the field has proved correct. And Michael Jennings, to the delight of those who wear red here tonight, has scored the game's opening try.
Do you know what? And it's through nothing planned. It was a little bit different. They got chased down again by the Lions, and they had to manufacture a short kick, and Widdop didn't know whether to clean it up off his ricochet, and Coote was coming forward. So here, this is about Lions' pressure, so they've had to find a Vic. There's Widdop with the kick, and Coote can't clean it up. A fair challenge, and it's just backfield play here that it's very difficult to do anything about. And once he gets into Jennings' hands, Michael Jennings, it's all over. But an element of fortune there in relation to what they've been doing and what they haven't been doing, the Tongans. But there's the ricochet from, and Coote can't clean it up, and all of a sudden you're 6-0 down. And it just like England would, Great Britain would look like they were getting into the ascendancy.
It was a kick and hurt, wasn't it, at the end of a set that Britain had penned them inside their own half, more or less. But then having to stand underneath the sticks, and they went the kick for goal. There's a look. Full concentration from the man in the middle of your picture. And it has paid dividends with a kick that's good. And Tonga lead here by 6 points to 0.
Well, they can count themselves a little unlucky there, the Lions, in relation to Widdop did a great job, stuck his boot out, and Coote couldn't clean it up. Fair play to Tonga, they get 4 or 5 people there, you see. That's the element of Lola here. Step in. Finds the extra players in support for Michael Jennings to finish.
How well did Jennings do there, because it was his sliding challenge in the first instance, and he managed to pick himself up to actually finish the move.
Yeah, outstanding.
There's Hapuati, recovered from that earlier knock. Fafita. Now Murdoch Masilla.
Move Jackson! Hold here! Go free.
Little hop and a skip underneath the defending player as well. Olahere's on his way again, and the pass. They're just beginning to find a bit of fluidity now, the side in red. The Tongans offering a real threat. Just at the moment, the kick to the corner is aimed at putting pressure on Great Britain again, and all will feel it, but look how many are there. There's no escape. It's a drop out underneath the sticks again, and they await another wave of red.
Well, they've got to hold their nerve here, the Lions. It's a great kick. I think it's Lola here again into the in goal before the tackle caps ended. We'll have Ely at dummy half. Ryan Hall, no other opportunity to ruck the ball out, confronted by 5 or 6 those red jumpers. Just finding some opportunities in around the Lions' middle now at the moment, Tongan. So a little bit of offload, a little bit play back against the grain because of the fatigue element that's creeping in on both sides.
So they're looking for distance, they're hoping for a mistake here as the ball is taken by Hapuati. So back on the inside, and here it comes. A drive forward by Fafita.
That's a great tackle from Hardacre.
He's another of those who's inspired this generation, isn't he? Andrew Fafita, Australian international before he decided to, in quotes, come home and put on that Tongan jersey. Now it comes right. Lola lobs it back, and the youngster's getting more confidence with every move. New Hurrell, Lola Tokahea. One play to go. Katoa at dummy half, offering it wide. Hapuati's involved there. They've got the numbers, but they've not got the ball.
Wow.
Much to Great Britain's relief.
That was a try all over. Somebody's made either a try-saving play at the ball there, or just missed their assignment. It was just the next hole, going to the next hole, and he dropped the ball. Oh. Relief for the Lions there, for sure.
Here's McGilvray.
Move, Adam! Wait, go. Well done, Siwa.
Burgess, good bursting effort as well. Giving an extra couple of yards. Forces the defence to retreat just a little more as well. It's with Jones. His first international appearance. What a stellar season he's had as well with Salford this year. Wormsley. Well, upended very nearly. Hodgson delaying it for Hastings. Hastings can't get it away. Yes, he can. There's Whitehead, and here's Hodgson. Burgess offers it up. Widdop, and a crunching effort on Bateman. Solid stuff from Jennings.
Andrew, wait! Don't go early. Go last.
Britain on the last. Searching for a bit of night sky there with a kick from Widdop, and well, there might have been a case for a penalty for Tonga with a tackle in the air, but the referee's happy to wave that away. Fusitu'a had the season he would have wanted this year, David Fusitu'a, with his hamstring and rib issues that he's had throughout the campaign.
Move, Alex, Tom, go free, well done.
Attack. And now
Move.
Takahaya.
Go for.
Can't let Hurrell fancies a go.
Last. Movement.
1 to go.
Alex, no offside, hold.
Katoa.
Go last.
Lonahan
Outside.
looking for the touch and finds it with ease.
Touch that.
Britain will have it back, but on Tonga's terms.
Put the finger in the dike. A bit expensive to call it a dike, really. They just
Don't put your finger in the dike.
wouldn't fit. Here's the whole catch and the physicality that Tonga are trying to take to this Lions team. Everybody, at some stages, having to take their medicine and end up on their backside in probably a position that they don't want to be. But I think Great Britain have really shown that they're in the game, absolutely in the game, and it sounds crazy having coped with all of this energy and skill and movement from this Tongan team, that the Lions are still there and still composed and defending well, other than the one mistake they didn't clean up.
Heads in, Josh.
We saw some big shots there, didn't we? Some massive shots, and those are just the highlights. There were more besides.
Well done.
It's McGilvray.
Move, square. Hold here, hold.
3.5 of the first half remaining. Hall.
2. Move, square. Hold. Go 2.
Hodgson. And Burgess trying to bounce them off as they come flying at him. And he's trying for the offload as well, and he's lost it. And it gets a bit heated.
Separate. Separate. No. Separate. Just make it loud. Scrum down, boys. Yeah, I'll watch that, Jimmy.
There's a carry from Tom Burgess.
Let's go, plan the scrum, boys.
He's looking for an offload and drops the ball, basically.
Let's go.
So it's a fair call from the referee. Tongan head and feet.
Let's go. John, thank you.
Two hookers not happy with each other. Katoa and Hodgson. It's a real bucket list occasion, isn't it? Watching Tonga, especially close to Auckland, where the majority of the diaspora live. They're happy to travel a couple of hours up the Southern Highway to cheer this side on. Fafita held up 15 away. There's a sense in the crowd that something special might be on again here. Back it goes for Takahaya. Held up only 5 out. Quick play the ball. Now it comes left. Now they've got the numbers. Hopewati tries to go himself. Stopped at his tracks.
Great tackle from Widdop. Had to really travel to make that tackle.
So back it comes again. Lonahan. Hall's under pressure. Hall was second man in, but has taken it safely.
Brilliant. That worked really, really hard to take Fusitu'a out of the equation. Hall kept his eyes on the ball, got up.
Hold here. Hold. Go to.
Hastings. Searching for a potential penalty there as he runs straight into Qatar. Wormsley. Shot down just beneath the knees. Hodgson. Widdop along the line at Bateman. Decides he's going to have a go himself here. But Great Britain again here. I've gone 5 tackles and only find themselves on the halfway line. So it's a kick and a hope again as it goes high in the air off the boot of Coots. Where's it coming down? Right safely into the hands of Jennings, who's rather Tupu, who's on his move again here.
He's a good player, Tupu. And big.
Wait, go on.
Manaher ups it away to Fafita.
Move, Jackson! Wait, Alex, Josh! Go, 2.
Made up Vasilla with a pick-up. And the ball back on the inside again. Tucker-Hare. And an offload. Last few seconds of this opening half. Tonga want more than they've already got. And we're willing to take a risk and keep that ball moving around. The hooter sounds in the background, but they still have a play on here. Back it comes to New. New with a skip and a jump. Just trying to draw this Great Britain line out here. And then eventually the tackle comes in, but look at the offload. Look at the handling here. Spun away to Lola-Hare. Lola-Hare with a step. He pops it over the top. This is wonderful. Wonderful from the side in red. Hopewati goes down that left-hand side. He's kept it alive. A kick and a chase by Jennings into their in-goal area. What a try that is. What a try. Finished by Katoa. Created somewhere in heaven. That was terrific rugby league. And Tonga on the hooter. Might just have got a second score here. But we're going for a big screen replay.
Jared, it is tackle 2. We have a try.
Brilliant.
Just checking onside, offside, please, Jared.
Good error to Matt, mate. We're just looking at the last kick if we can, mate. No need to go back anything before that. Thank you, mate. Okay, Jennings, we're looking at the bloke on the inside. Thanks, mate. Keep going. Go through the grounding. He's onside. Coming from the corner, mate. Thanks. That'll do us. Thanks, mate.
That'll do us, says Jared Maxwell. I tell you, if you're rugby league purist, that'll more than do us.
Danger from the second. Here we go. I agree, there's the try. It was danger from the first offload. And the sound of the hooter made it more dangerous because they kept going and they kept going and they kept offloading and they kept finding a player. And Lions were hoping that they would close it down, never quite managed to close it down. It must have gone through 12, 13 pairs of hands. And what a score from Katoa. What a score. In the context of the game too.
Massive, massive. Suddenly gives Great Britain not just a hill, it's developing into a mountain they're going to have to climb in the second half. And there's a few mountains out there in red they're going to have to climb over to do it as well. Kick from the touchline is no gimme, but 10-0 is not a bad half-time score from Tonga's point of view. Might yet be 12. So Tucker-Hare, who's landed 1 tonight with a much more difficult attempt here from the touchline. This will be the last kick of this first half. There we go. Has he found the distance and the angle? Yes, he has. The perfect ending.
Wasn't it, if you're going to get battered? But you can see both teams are back out and the game is back underway. Let's rejoin Brian and Dave.
Well, there's certainly been an excitement around this stadium at half-time from those Tonga fans who sense that their side are about to re-announce themselves on the world stage on the night the script was supposed to be about Great Britain coming back after 12 years in isolation. It is the Tongans who are creating the story here tonight. But is 12-0 enough, and is there a way back here for Great Britain, Brian Noble?
Well, Tonga will think so, but I don't think so. I pick up on what the boys said in the studio, in that I don't think the Lions helped themselves at all in relation to how they finished sets in that first half, how they were handing over the ball. We saw errors, we saw penalties. So it's important that they continue. And it might take 30 minutes, but I'm confident there's 12 points in this Lions team.
Lolohera's kick is relatively comfortably taken by Ryan Hall, who can move it back towards the 30. And here's the holding pattern when coming out from back, one winger and then the other. Jermaine McGilvray with a surge towards the 40. Saw some stern words from Wayne Bennett to his team at half-time. They all sat and listened as Wormsley looks left, arranging out there. Hurrell was waiting for him with that left shoulder of his, helped along by Murdoch Masilla. Here's Jones. Last tackle in the set. Hodgson, and the kick is high, and it's going to be called in goal. So there's the first mistake from Great Britain, the tap back on the 20.
And that's what they can't do. So, as I mentioned, the way they're finishing sets, not quite accurate enough kick, or a kick chase at a fractured line, giving Tonga an opportunity, or dare I say a penalty, or a drop ball early in the tackle count. Well, they haven't worked it out by now. This Tongan team's a good team, and you don't feed the beast.
Well, there's Daniel Tupu, 3 times a grand final winner in the NRL. Last couple of years, of course, with the Sydney Roosters, and one back in 2013. They are a pedigree side here that Great Britain are up against. Gone are the days when Tonga and Samoa and Fiji and the like offered basic resistance. This Tongan side has earned its right to claim a place in the top 4 of World Rugby League. And they might be climbing higher over the next few weeks. They can back up a performance like this against Australia next week as well. They're offering a threat here again on this left-hand side. It's a step by Jennings, but it's a step into a thundering white wall that was coming his way. New. Reach in the air by Hopewati. Lolohera's kick, again a deflection. That spelt disaster last time. It's causing confusion, this, but in the end, Britain and Lachlan Coote will claim it back.
Well, the Lions have defended really, really well structurally. It's been the mishap kick or the offloads towards the back end of the first half that caused all of the problems for this Lions team. That I just think, to use that expression again, they're feeding the beast. It's just too good a machine to give free place, and this is brilliant.
This is great from McGilvray. 3 tackles missed, and he's got into the 30.
He's having a game. He's definitely having a game.
Gilbert loves to go in search of possible gaps in opposition defences, as he did then, but comes up short. Hastings will get the kick away on the last. New underneath it. Safely reeled in, and off he comes back again. He looks a talent from what we've seen so far. It's not a bad end result, though, for Great Britain.
Yeah, it's an organised start to a set. It's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Hand the ball over on your terms. Get your troops down there. Let the Tongans ruck and have to work hard out of their own half.
Ball played. Threats re-established. Great Britain doing their work in defence here. Katoa looking left again, and it's a forward pass. Yeah, well spotted by the referee. It was quite clearly forward. And there's a little bit of a bonus for Great Britain, because suddenly initiative handed straight to them here.
Absolutely.
It's quite in the crowd as well.
Yeah.
Momentarily.
A couple of results like this. Let's have a look. It really was forward. The red line indicated that. The rocket scientist to work that one. He threw it from behind the red line and he went in front of the red line. So yeah, good field position. First time the Lions have had any field position.
Josh, that's 9, come on.
Talk about running out of juice as well at half-time, weren't they? But again, you hark back, and not wanting to go on about it too much, but that World Cup semi-final, it was actually the last 10 minutes when Tonga offered their greatest threat, so they do have an engine that can run.
Well, part of that comeback and part of that engine's a bloke that's sat on the bench at the moment, Dave, for our viewers. Probably the best lock in the world on his day, Tamalola.
Hodgson. Now into the hands of Lachlan Coote, and a step back by Hardacre. Coote to Hodgson. offers it a couple, then throws it wider to Hastings, and Hastings now they're trying to make a few moves, a little dab kick, and it's Gildart who's after that. Did he get first touch, or was it a Tongan hand? He's not sure. What's the feeling on the pitch?
Tackle free. We have no try.
He says no try.
Just check the ball, he's not grounded by Great Britain, please.
Thanks, mate. Video ref to Matt. Could we just clear the kick chase on that last kick for us, mate, please? And we'll go through to grounding.
He doesn't look
Live decisions, no try.
I still thinks there's going to be a dropout, though.
No try, I've done it.
Thank you, mate. The left side are okay. We'll just track the 12 on the inside. Okay, they're okay, mate. We'll just go through to something tight on that grounding now, mate, please. Thinking Tonga at the minute. Okay, hands. Keep going, mate. That's Tonga. Thank you, mate. We've got a grounding there by Tonga. Goal line dropout. No try.
Well, quite clearly got there first, but as you say, Brian, the pressure remains because the dropout, Great Britain will get it back here. They're cheering that no try decision.
Yeah, good stuff from the Lions, though. Patient, roll the ball in. We saw that from Tonga in the first half, giving them a bit of their own medicine. Smart kick. Great chase from the outside backs. Two has to play it, does well, but 6 more plays now. It's important that the Lions stay at this end of the field and create that extra pressure.
Josh, it's flat. The bin's flat. Stay behind!
Josh Hodgson was just questioning why the delay, and it's because the ball that they were playing with has gone flat, so they've got a new one. And there's the kick, and Hardacre catches and Walmsley comes steaming back at them. Trying to give Tonga a little bit of a taste of their own medicine here.
Being chopped down like a big tree at times with Alex Walmsley, but he's kept going. I think he's had a big impact for the Lions.
Jones wants to get out of that little tangled mess to get Great Britain rolling again. Hodgson looks wide to Widdop, and Hardacre spinning in, bouncing off shoulders, claiming an extra yard or two. Great Britain getting a little closer here. Widdop to Hodgson, back for Jones, who's heading back where it came, looking for some tired bodies that might just have switched off, but they are on again. And Great Britain thwarted for the moment. Now they come to this right-hand side, but the ref's seen a knock-on in there. Well, that was developing as well nicely, but the mistake from Jones that the referee has decided.
No balance, no control.
Injured, no balance, no control, said he hasn't. Hit the ball properly, let's have a look. Tough one in relation to what we've seen for the rest of the game. But again, one of those, not how you want to finish a set.
Wondering why Great Britain are wearing the black armbands today. That, of course, is out of respect to Mike McKenna because of his English links. A lot of St Helens players in this Great Britain squad, club that Mike coached. It's a forcing effort from Tupou.
Hold here. Hold. No, go on.
Now it's the other one, Fusitua. Holding that ball up, keeping it safe.
Square. Hold here. Hold. Go to.
A smash and grab effort. We've seen him at Leeds all year doing similar stuff.
Move, wait on. Wait. Go through.
But he's not made too much of an impact. Murdoch Masilla down that right-hand side. He's trying to get his arms free. Now it's swung back towards the middle for Fita. And the offload. And a dancing effort again from New. But they're on the 5th, so here comes the last tackle. Kate Katoa. Miller here, steepening it high. It's an attacking kick. It's coming down in the very safe hands of Ryan Hall.
Great catch, great jump, great focus.
Gildart crabbing across the field again, looking to use the footwork.
Move, Andrew, 10 metres. Wait.
Looks like a man who's been involved in hard labour, and there's a penalty for Great Britain, and that helps.
Not clearing the ruck.
Hastings with a kick.
Seem to have tempoed up here, the Lions. Great focus. It's touched as well. Fusitua, isn't it?
It's not had a big run, there's a big shoulder again. He's not had a big run in the NRL this year, has he, Ryan Hall? I think it's about 7 matches for the Roosters. Burgess claiming a bit of ground further downfield, and now it's taken on by Walmsley, who takes his side inside the 10 with 3 tackles or so still to go. Hastings on that left-hand side, switch back towards the middle. Whitehead gets it away. Hodgson keeps it alive, throws it over the top. Here's Jones, pushing between 2, but sandwiched to the ground. Hardacre, back again to Coote, along to Hastings, and now a step from Widdop. Again against the grain, an arm is swung from Fafita, and a penalty is claimed and given.
It was wrong-footed in, threw his arm out as a...
High tackle. Josh. Wait, Josh, wait.
I think the question is which player they're putting on, not whether they're going for goal or not here. It's quite clear they've got to get a try here. Great Britain, as they even start again to try and lift that Tongan side in defence. It's taken forward by Burgess. Hodgson. Dummies to Walmsley, out to Hastings. Hastings with a step, trying to push on again, and held up a matter of feet away. Hodgson. Jones to Widdop, back now to Bateman. Bateman creating a bit of a headache for those Tongan defenders. Murdoch Masila is the man who pops the pills and puts him down. Back again to Hastings. Walmsley now, pushing in and offloads, drops it backwards. Hastings twisting and turning, looking to create a little bit of magic. Hodgson with a kick to the in-goal area, the chase is on. It's touched down by Tupu, diffused again, but it will be another drop underneath the sticks.
Good play from the Lions, they're building the pressure, they have to keep their patience. Paul Bateman's probing, it will happen. Take some juice out of this Tongan engine and the opportunities will come. They're doing real well. Tupu, nothing to do but ground the ball there. Smart play from Hodgson.
The Tongans are having to undergo a little bit of the pressure here, isn't it? Which is great from a Great Britain point of view. This is the kind of thing we got rid of in Super League and in the NRL in the last couple of years with the introduction of the shot clock. But we've got a delay and we're drop out now because of an injury. Injury for Fafita getting a little bit of treatment. And there's no pressure on Tonga to take this drop any quicker than they want to. Readying themselves for another onslaught from Great Britain. Hardacre puts his name on the ball. Looks to his inside where Hill has returned. Tongan defenders rushing out to meet and greet. Now it's Graham, the skipper. Hodgson to Hill, and Hill with a decent carry here. There's a threat of a steal from Katoa, and he's turned that threat into reality. And now on the magic dancing footwork of New again.
Just letting them off the hook. The ball steal. Clearly he doesn't want him to take the ball, but he's taking the ball. Just in the point where they get 2 sets on the bounce, and they're expecting the Tongans to crack. They're getting a result out of the Lions team, so they're helping themselves here, the Lions.
Super New from the Roosters, only made his debut for this Tongan side back in June. He's fresh to the field. Takaheo takes it inside the British half. They've not had much possession inside Great Britain's half in this second half, haven't Tonga, but they're establishing position here, but they've lost it, and it's picked up by Bateman, and Great Britain return the favour in terms of cheaply handed over ball.
Well, they've done that, haven't they, Tonga? They've made a couple of mistakes to give this Lions team some field position, but you have to capitalise on that. And so far the Lions haven't yet, but I think they're creeping into this game. They just need that knockout punch.
There's Burgess.
Surrender! Stand Siona!
Hodgson having a glance around right and left, decides to go to Hill. The step, he was slipping there with Hardacre, which didn't help because Katoa was getting flying in. Graham to Hastings. Swiftly dispatched to the left in Gildart, who's pushing away defenders here and will search again through the middle. There's no doubt he offers a threat. Last play. Hodgson drawing it to the in goal. Well, he was looking for spin. I'm not sure what his intention was there. It always looked as though it had flown off the boot far too quickly, and it's a very poor kick in the end.
And that's 7 plays for. So again, it's as much about what the Lions aren't doing as to what they're doing. They're doing lots of things brilliantly well. Just the ends to sets are just not of the quality that they need to put this. Get them first of all, get them back into the game.
There's Hapuati up to his feet. Lorahea down that right-hand side. Tupanyu is almost on the halfway line. You could hear the physicality there, couldn't you, though? Coming together of sinew and sinew and muscle and muscle. Tonga emerging from that pressure, looking strong again here. Lorahea with the packs away. Great Britain have a job on, but again it's cheaply given away. And much to the relief of this Great Britain side. Hardacre.
Surrender!
Just one or two mistakes creeping into this Tongan side.
Yeah, as I was suggesting, if the Lions can just control the ball and stay right in the field, they begin with the opportunity because of the poor finishes by the Tongan team too.
Johnny Lomax is on the field. He offers a little extra in terms of dynamics out the back. Gildart straightening up. Just having a look down there. Who's gone off? Is it Lachlan Coote who's gone off, isn't it? So Lomax, who's St Helens teammate, has come on for him, and here he comes and puts the ball out to McGilvray, who's very close to that touchline, so has to track back on the inside. Played now, last play, and a knock-on. It was very untidy, and Hardacre's pointing there.
It was a penalty.
Now the Tongan players who are hanging around suspiciously. Great Britain denied an opportunity to put even more pressure on.
Jermaine McGilvray has then moved off the mat to play the ball. If the ball comes loose, that's his problem. It's on a surrender. James!
The referee explaining there that he's reckoning Jermaine McGilvray's moved off the mark to play the ball. I'm sure he hasn't had to. And then saying it's all scruffy, but for me, that's a penalty. Michael Jennings in the ruck there and has to get out of the ruck.
60 minutes of the second half played. Still await a first try of the night from Great Britain's point of view.
James, you two are the captains of your countries. You need to be setting a much better example than that. Okay? Jason, thank you. James, let's think about what we're doing. You don't want to be sat down in a test match. It's a scrum.
Little cameos, aren't there? And James Graham is such a character on the field. He's ready to turn any situation to his advantage. Two great players, though, aren't there? Jason Tomalolo and James Graham. Two of the giants of their generation. Ball in by Hapuati. Out it comes again, but look where Tonga are, deep inside their own half. Can Great Britain keep them here? There's a real bunch of them behind the play the ball. There's no width there. Is that an indication of fatigue from Tonga?
Well, it could be. And then all of a sudden they get somebody like this bloke who ramps up and comes off his fast run for the cricket ball, and all of a sudden they find a win and they're all in front.
Lorahea went well run in defence. Bateman couldn't keep on, but he's managed to force a mistake here. Woodruff has a kick at it. The referee takes a good long look, and in the end, has given the knock on.
The Lions are doing great. They just haven't quite that composure at the right end of the field in relation to execution, but they're actually causing pressure. You can see the cracks starting to appear in this Tongan team. Everybody's asking about are they match fit, all of this kind of thing, but this is line speed from Bateman, who puts Fifita under pressure, who's trying to find an offload, and I think it's Tupou at the back who's not ready for it. No, it's Tamalolo. Gareth Widdop on the front foot, so the white line, the British line are well up in their faces.
Back down.
Must be getting a little warmer out there because Tomalolo has got rid of the undershirt. Burgess setting a platform. Hodgson directing from behind. Here comes Hill. 4 tackles for Great Britain to exploit this situation here. Widdop on a slip by Bateman.
A couple of blocks slipped already.
Hold here, Jason!
Widdop.
Go free.
James Graham, he's on his knees. And then the ball is dropped by Hodgson.
Penalty.
Well, it all became disconnected, but it's a penalty for Great Britain.
That is unnecessary. There's no point, no need in the push. It's a penalty.
Yeah, that's a get out of jail card. Is that one for the Lions? They've got a penalty off a piece of poor skill.
Jason, think about it.
Jason Tamalolo, I think he pushed James Graham in the back.
First challenge offered by Jones. Well met by the side in red. Hodgson, they're moving right. Hastings is there. Hastings looking to create something. Widdop helps it on. Lomax out the back from full back. But he finds again a bruising hit from Jennings. Hardacre. Widdop. Hastings. Jones can't get away as the defenders come flying at him.
He's free. Wait here, wait. Go free.
Hodgson. Hastings. Lomax. Well, they're getting closer. Gildart across the line, evading defenders, puts the ball onto Graham, who wanted it, but the defence was just as eager. Graham held up, 1 play to go, the kick from Hodgson, knocked to the ground, backwards the ref says, and Tonga survived that big moment of pressure from Great Britain.
Well, this is a big set for the Lions. Stay squeaky clean, don't give a penalty away, don't give them a...
Well, Tonga are literally trying to fight their way out here. Great Britain desperate to keep them pinned there. Try and push them back in their own goal as he targeted the first couple of tackles. Now it's resisting their yardage.
Time off, tackle free.
And we've got a stoppage here because there's a player injured on the far side. Great Britain player, I'm not sure who it is. Is it Gildart?
It is Gildart.
It is Gildart, and he's looking in a bad way here, isn't he?
He's not looking flush at all, is he? His shoulder.
Yeah. Well, it's a squad that's light on centre three-quarters. He's the only specialist in that position. And the shoulder pops out on that impact.
Well, let's hope it looks like it's just a stinger, you know, with a dead shoulder, for want of a better expression. He's led with his right shoulder.
You were about to punch me on the arm to demonstrate there, weren't you? I'm glad you pulled out of that.
I'm glad I did.
With that poorly finger. Well, a chance for everyone to settle down a little here, but there's only 20 minutes left, and our play, Great Britain haven't got over that line yet. Time begins to count against them. Huge convoy of Tongan fans coming up the road from Auckland a little earlier. We passed so many trucks and pickups with the red flags flying behind them.
Probably not the break that the Lions team wanted. I don't think he's healthy. He's going off the field.
Instructions coming on from the bench. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to carry on here. I wonder if we want to see the return of John Bateman to that left second row position, just looking out there. I think it's Whitehead who's lining up in that position at the moment.
Yeah, I will do, Josh. Don't worry. Yeah, mate, yeah. Yeah, I will do.
It's time for a giggle from Conrad Hurrell.
I'll just wait for him to get to position. All right there, Alex, yeah.
Sure what the continued delay is because Gildart was off the playing service, but here we go. Oh, and it's a big ball. That's ambitious given the position they were in. Good job it stopped from their point of view. How many tackles have we gone here? This is tackle 5. So less than 30 from their own line. Tonga and Lolohea forced to kick again under a little bit of pressure. Hall's back there to cover the spot. Anticipation, the key to that, and looking to run it back, but immediately met by great resistance.
Wait. Go on.
McGilvray. Well, it's lost again, the referee said. I don't think he was entirely sure. It might have been the touch judge on the near side who gave the ultimate decision. Jay McGilvray is complaining. But it's a win for Tonga.
Let's have a look. He's surrounded. Full of Blake underneath, somewhere near the ball. Just gets up.
Says that Tucker Hare was involved in the offload. Jay McGilvray claiming his innocence, but it's a decision that has gone against Great Britain, and it's a position that is excellent for Tonga again to start their set of 6, leading as they do by 2 scores as it stands. One more might be fatal in rugby league terms for Great Britain here tonight. 19 to play. It's a fingertip hold that Britain have on the contest at the moment. Tonga looking to prize the grip free. Hopoate. Inside it comes for Mo. The hymn singing strikes up again. A sense of occasion provided and a sense of an opportunity. Helped on by Tomalola, but they're on the last play here at Tonga. Out wide, Lolohea with the ball back on the inside. The chase was very good there from New, and clearly cleaned off the ball. And a penalty. They're asking for a penalty try. Well, the referee's saying no, but he has given them a kick underneath the sticks that could take them 3 scores clear.
Yeah, they'll take the kick at goal.
Yeah, mate. No, mate, not in my view.
You have to be absolutely certain, don't you, as a referee, if you're going to award the penalty try.
What are you doing?
Well, there's no way it was a penalty try.
2.
It certainly was a penalty.
Yeah.
You are.
Well, this could be a massively damaging moment for Great Britain's hopes in the game here. This goes over, and you expect it will. But he wasn't expecting to play here tonight, was he, Tessie New?
He's chasing the ball here. I reckon if Alex Wormley actually goes for the ball, he gets the ball. Needed some help from maybe Johnny Lomax as well there, but clearly taken the New out, hasn't he?
They're not much younger than the fella who's just been awarded that penalty. Well, I wonder what's going through their thoughts at the moment. Is this a test match? 12 years in the making that is slipping between their fingers. He'll take all the time in the world here. Tucker Hare. Another one from the touchline. With that crowning moment after the majestic try that Tonga scored on the stroke of half-time. So this, you wouldn't feel, offers him too many problems at all. But he is going to create big problems for Great Britain if and when he kicks it. He strikes as expected, and Tonga lead by 14 points to 0, and are on the verge of claiming a huge scalp.
Well, it's important that they persevere the lines. It's all been about the quality of what they're doing at the end of the sets, and the areas that we've seen from them in relation with the ball, the element of discipline. I think that's the thing that separates the 2 teams at the moment. A couple of kick plays in the first half, and that's it.
Well, the passion that you hear around the stadium is growing ever more confident that this side can deliver. It's in this city that they beat New Zealand in the World Cup, when stands were bouncing and ambitions were high. Qatar inside for Mao, offloaded by Mao for Hopoate. Hopoate spins it up towards the halfway. Still a couple of plays to go for Tonga. Soccer here, there are factions in the Tongan Rugby League who are not willing to claim these as some of their own. I think those attitudes might change if it stays like this to the end. The kick is for the corner. McGilvray's given a task to do here. He's game for it, but the defenders come flying in again. And there's another injury, this time to Jennings.
The breaks haven't helped the Lions either, so the Lions want a bit of continuity in what they're doing, and one of them was to gill that over the other side, so they've managed to get themselves a rest at the right times.
Wayne Bennett looking on, the relative quiet of the coach's box. There's a bit of everything there, wasn't there? Stretched arm, a clout round the head by his own teammate. Manu Mahu was actually described by another of his teammates, Andrew Fafita, as the scariest looking man in the world. Manu Mahu. Christian Wolf, the man to the far left as you look there, the coach is on his way to St Helens, of course. He'll be St Helens coach in Super League next year. Here's Hardaker. 15 minutes and counting. Can Great Britain pull off what's looking improbable now? Hill. Here's Hodgson. Loose with a pass, picked up by Lomax. An advancement by the Tongan defence. Hodgson. Wormsley. The very last play, and they're still inside their 40. Widdop just wallops it downfield. He's going to find a bounce here, which might help, but it doesn't, because it's into the hands of New. And this big Great Britain pack, you know, we talked about the Great Britain pack or the England pack in the past as being able to hold their own with any side on the international stage. Well, they've been second best tonight against Tonga.
But they've been in the game. It's trying to encourage our viewers to think that they're not far away. They're just going to look after the ball a bit better if you're going to play that type of game against a skillful, powerful team. I think the big surprise for all of us is that the Tongans have been going now for nigh on 70 minutes and don't look like running out of juice.
Well, the wind and the sails is that 14-0 lead. And the knowledge that they're on the brink of something special. Katoa. Lolohea. Herald with a kick and a chase, and look how many are waiting for him there. But it's a forward pass, just a little over-elaborate in the end. And Great Britain get away with it.
They've done the hard bit. They're three red jumpers and the kick through. Pick it up and just pass it orthodox. But he's gone for the big flick. Watch this. So Lola here finds Oral, dribbles the ball past. Yeah, you've done it, man. Just pick it up. And that was Tupanua, wasn't it?
Hodgson behind the line. Widdop out to Lomax. Lomax with a little bit of a step, looking to make up for lost time that he's been sitting on the sidelines. Inject his influence onto the game. Burgess now bustling eagerly. Hodgson looks and comes right. Bateman now. Bateman carries, looks for the offload. The referee says play on. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He saw the knock on.
He did shout play on, but I think his touch gave him a call there, saying that big touch.
Time's off, time's off. Ball's been kicked away.
Bateman looking for the expanse, and Michael Jennings again. Done that a couple of times tonight, hasn't he?
He got it away there. Hardacre was in a situation on a 2-on-1, wasn't he? And it might have developed interestingly, but ifs and buts and all of that. Time is running out here. 12 minutes left to play. It's going to take something desperate here.
Well, they've got to be a bit more expansive now, the Lions.
Try on half-time could yet prove absolutely decisive as Josh Jones. Can't run without his head, but he extracts himself out of the tackle, and that's a good carry from Jones.
So that's a penalty.
Off the ball.
Good effort from the big back rower. Tap taken. Challenge resumed. Burgess in. 20 metres away. Right in front of the sticks. Hodgson. Options therefore right and left. He's going to go to that left-hand side where Hastings is waiting. Jones again comes. Tonga know that 4 more tackles here, and they might just about have won the game. It's getting to that stage. Woodard dealt with like a rag doll. Hodgson to the middle and Hastings. Here comes Hill, crashing in. 2 tackles to go. Hodgson again. Now it's Woodard. Here's Bateman. Bateman looking for an angle, and I think John Bateman's got over the line here. Sheer determination, the will to get there might have carried him.
Jared, that was tackle 4. We have a try.
He says
Just
try
make sure
on the
he maintains
field,
possession all the way to
and
the
it
line,
felt like a try in
Yeah,
this
rest of
commentary
Matt.
box.
Well,
Brian
that's John
Noble.
Bateman all over.
Mate, can we just look at the
Stop me if you
possession
can.
grounding here, mate, please?
See what the 4th official has to say
Right
about this,
decisions,
but
try.
he reckons he's got it, and I reckon he's got it.
Thank you, mate. Okay, left arm, left arm. Left arm, still got it,
Yeah,
still
try.
got it, still got it. Still got it. Thanks, buddy. That'll do.
Let's just make sure the game
That's a
doesn't
try,
feel
Chris.
penalties.
Go to the screen with a try.
Absolutely,
Cheers,
no
Jared.
doubts about it. They might have been checking for the grounding as a double movement, or whether it was short, whether it was lost, but none of that. The try is given, and Britain have hope now.
Absolutely. It's the first time they've managed to complete a set down there in the right positive way. What a player to get it. NRL's back rower of the year. Showing why that should be the case. Bottom kick for Widdop.
Well, Great Britain are within 10 at the moment, so 2 tries, 2 goals required to win the game from here. Kicks the goal, and there's a little bit of pressure off any later conversion that might come, and he's absolutely nailed that.
Nailed it.
14 points to 6. 10 minutes left to play. There's a bit of belief growing around this stadium from Great Britain's point of view.
Absolutely. It's that man Bateman. Picks out Widdop, picks him out the one-on-one. Takes Opawadi out. Picks him out, gets to his outside, and has the leg strength and desire to get over the line.
Well, Tonga are taking their time getting back to the halfway. The referee has stopped the clock because the touch judges are in position, so there's no time advantage being gained here by Tonga's slow return. They had a bit of a meeting in the corner, just about every one of the players together in a huddle, no doubt discussing how do they respond to having conceded for the first time tonight, and knowing that Great Britain are going to hit them with another wave here, because that's what they have to do. Hodgson. Bateman again with another strong challenge forward. Hodgson, Graham, Hastings, Jones, straightening things up.
Release to it. Wait here. Wait.
Hastings. Now Hill. Well, they've moved to the halfway line, but they've taken 4 tackles to get there thus far. Lomax comes on at a pace, delays the pass, and Josh Jones is hit by one of those from Conrad Hurrell. Stopped in his tracks. Last play. Hastings puts it high. They're after it. Widdop's after it. Great leap in the air and take by Tupu, and tackled before he came to ground. So a relieving penalty for Tonga.
Yeah, it's the right call. Get up, son, you've done your job.
Time is off.
Here we see two paws in the air. Widdop's got a hold of him. That's illegal. For our viewers at home, you're not allowed to tackle anybody whilst they're in there trying to catch the ball.
Widdop might claim that man played him.
He can claim what he wants. They ain't going to get the penalty his way.
Well, again, they're taking it aside. They're slowing things down here, Tonga.
Of course they are. They're probably creaking a little bit on the juice front, but I just think it's been the quality a little bit of what the Lions have done at the end of their sets and an element of
kick for touch. He's not found it. I don't think he's found it. Oh, yes, he has, but only just. Well, there have been a few Tongan hearts in mouths watching that trajectory, but it has gone their way. O'Hare puts it back to the middle.
The Lions have definitely grown into this game, and with 8 minutes to go, they've got to find something special.
Right, back on the path for Murdoch Masilla. 8 points the difference. 2 tries. In reality, Great Britain need at least one of them converted. Good carry on by Fanua Blake, who gets up and plays it quickly, and out goes Havili, who's back on the field. O'Hare put down. Havili collects again. Great Britain defending stoutly at the moment. And they've got one more tackle to get through. And then they need hands on ball. It's a chip. It's a leak that's good, but England read it, Great Britain read it rather than the offload. And it was fumbled. And so they're back on the 10 metres with Great Britain in possession.
They've done a lot of good things tonight, the Lions. A lot of good things. A little element of control at the right times and errors at the wrong times. But they've grown into the game. There's plenty to be pleased about, but certainly the scoreline's not to be pleased about.
It's the first ever meeting between these two sides, Great Britain and Tonga. Jones. And it looks like Tonga are going to get the early advantage for meetings to come. Hastings to Graham. Hodgson now finds Widdop. Widdop stepping against the grain and doing well to keep his feet and looking for support back on the inside. 6 minutes to go. Great Britain are running out of sets, running out of time. Hastings. Now it's with Lomax. Lomax with a cut-out ball, and Hall is just smashed into him that far side by Fusitua, trying to get on his outside shoulder, but there was no passing that shoulder.
I think they're complaining that Whitehead was taken off the ball as a centre play. What's this? See if they're not mistaken. Well, here's the sideline pass. Lomax hits the winger. Tackle without the ball is Elliot Whitehead. The only chance of Hall flicking the ball back on the inside there was negated by that. For me, that's a penalty.
But it hasn't gone that way. It has gone instead as a scrum down, and Tonga's head and feed here. So they've got another set of 6 just to soak up the seconds that continue to tick by. Great Britain again eager to lodge the ball free. Murdoch Masilla's lost the ball here. As he know he hasn't. Hodgson very nearly got his hands on it, but Murdoch Masilla keeps those big arms wrapped around priceless possession. On again by Fanua Blake. Here's Havili. Tamalolo dragging his side closer to victory with another few vital steps. Havili. Kick and a chase, it bounces, and Lomax gets there. He'll have a look up and sees the size of the task, wearing all those red shirts are after him and dragging him back. He's in the field of play, but only by 5, and Great Britain have to go 95 metres in this set, you fancy, if they're going to rescue what's becoming a lost cause. Hastings, McGillivray. Here's Hodgson. over the head of Hastings and towards his right-hand side and Hardacre. Widdop waits, delivers a pass. Here's Bateman. Bateman now to Hastings. Hastings with a little bit of dummy, making something happen here. Pops it back for Hall to cut back on the inside again. Ryan Hall puts his head down, tries to get through the gap, loses possession. Tonga have it back, and in that moment, I think it might be lost. The 76 minutes before have set the platform, but I think Great Britain's cause is now a lost one. It's going to take a miracle from here.
On a 4-week tour which they're on, the result clearly not ideal tonight, but I think they've been the better team in the second half, and you consider that 12 zip down at half-time. It's been a good game in the second half.
Well, we came here to talk about the re-emergence of the Great Britain Rugby League Lions, but we find ourselves again talking about the re-emergence on the world stage of Tonga. This last 2 years has been phenomenal. No doubts now that they're up there competing with the best. 5 tackles gone. This is the last. Lola here looks on the inside, a ricochet off the boot. Britain have it back, but again, look where they are. Ryan Hall just shut the ball his way and say, go on Ryan, score from there if you can. Burgess will keep on pushing. Here's Hodgson. This is Graham. Widdop. Lomax skipping, running into the arms of Jennings. Bateman, the only try scorer so far tonight, wearing that white shirt with a red and blue chevron, and he's again gathering good ground. Last play, but they're into the final 2 minutes, and Great Britain have to score twice. Hoisted for Hall to chase. The ball's knocked backwards. It goes to ground, and it has been knocked on, and the decision goes Great Britain's way.
We've got to be quick.
Well, they're running together to stop the clock. Well, there are 90 seconds here, and I think if Great Britain do win this match from this position, we'll be talking about this as one of the great British games down the years.
He's been good tonight, hasn't he, Bateman? Going, keeps going. He knows when he's done. And then Jackson finds a kick they can compete with. Puts the two, doesn't bring it in. Jackson's tackle without the ball. Take your pick, referee, but it's England's ball, Great Britain's ball.
Last throw of the dice, and even this might not be enough. Double six required and then some. And it comes to Lomax. Lomax pass. It bounces off a Tongan shoulder, and well, I think the referee might have allowed that on. I'm not sure if it was played out, but it's all academic.
He's thrown the ball away.
So the referee stops the clock for what it's worth. Yeah, he was clearly playing at that, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
Let's go, put down!
1 minute and 13 seconds. The Lions need 2. They've barely got 1 so far. Lomax at left, almost through, crashes into more bodies coming his way. Tomalolo leading the resistance. Back to Hastings. Here now comes Burgess. 5 out. And a penalty for Great Britain. They're happy to run the clock down. Tap taken. Dummy shown. Pass out to Hastings. Here's Bateman. Bateman's held up. 8 away. Widdop comes left again. Walmsley hammers it forward. Walmsley held up. 30 seconds. Less than that and counting. Walmsley plays it. Hodgson looks to the right. kick to the in goal. It's a kick to no one in white, and that will be that. The referee points to the dropout underneath the sticks. We're not going to get there. Look at the delight. Look at the passion. From a British point of view, disappointment here tonight. But from a World Rugby League point of view, what a night. Tonga emerge again as a world force with a wonderful win here. They have beaten Great Britain by 14 points to 6.
What a result that is for Tonga.